Hi students, welcome to Easy Chemistry by Pathan, and today we are going to discuss another important concept in electrochemistry, that is Faraday's second law. In last video we discussed Faraday's first law and their numericals based on NCERT. And today another important Faraday law, that is second law, we are going to discuss. Before going into that, we have to recall Faraday first law. You know that when some amount of charge is passed through an electrolyte, that is single electrolyte, the amount of substance deposited at the cathode is directly proportional to the charge. That we learned already. W directly proportional to Q, or M equal to ZIT. This is Faraday first law. Means I current we passed through single electrolyte, some amount of substance deposited on cathode, that is depending on M equal to ZIT. That we learn in Faraday first law. And before going to that, another thing I have to discuss formulae, which are important for your competitive concern. And you remember this formulae for your competitive concern. If you want to calculate number of moles, then the formula I into T upon F into N factor. I means current, T means time, F means Faraday, NF means N factor. And you know very well M equal to ZIT already. If you want to calculate weight of the substance when number of moles you know, then W equal to N into molar mass, means mole number into molar mass. If gas is liberated, then volume we have to calculate. If number of moles you know, then volume of gas equal to number of moles into 22.4. This we can go for like this also. PV equal to nRT you know. From this V equal to P by nRT. And if you want to calculate equivalent weight, the formula is molar mass by N factor. And if Z you have to calculate electrochemical equivalent, then Z formula equal to equivalent weight by Faraday, that is 96,500. Then another formula we have W, weight of the substance, equal to equivalent mass into current into time by Faraday. Directly 96,500 you can substitute. 1 Faraday value you know very well, 96,500. This is constant value. 1 mole electron charge equal to 1 Faraday coulombs. Or another formula we have W equal to, means weight of the substance deposited equal to atomic weight by, here N equal to valency into Faraday into IT, or W equal to M by N into F into Q. Means in this IT, Q equal to IT na, IT plus I substituted with the Q. Here number of N equal to not number of moles, here N equal to valency of the element. W equal to E by F, E by F nothing but Z. W equal to ZIT na, that is M equal to ZIT. Z place I substituted E by F into IT, or W equal to E by F into Q. Here W equal to weight of the substance, capital M equal to atomic weight, that is atomic mass, small n equal to valency. F equal to 96,500 coulombs of charge, I equal to current, T equal to time taken. So if you remember this formula, it will be useful for Faraday first law and second law to solve the numericals as well as for PUC also. So my dears, remember this all formula at a glance. Let me go for that. Faraday second law. So how to understand easily Faraday second law? Look here. When same quantity of electricity is passed through different electrolytes. In Faraday first law, we passed electrical current through single electrolyte. Now, different electrolytes. The key factor is different electrolytes and which are connected in series. This is another important. All are connected in series. Now, weights of the substances which are deposited at cathode will be the ratio of their equivalent weights. Means if same current passed through different electrolytes in the same time, the weight of the substance which is deposited at cathode of different electrolytes is directly proportional to their equivalent masses. In Faraday first law, weight of the substance is directly proportional to charge. That is, W is directly proportional to Q. Here W equal to directly proportional to E, equivalent mass. Means if different substances deposited at different electrolytes, W1, W2, W3, W4, then this ratio equal to their equivalent weight ratio. E1, E2, E3, E4. Here W1, W2, W3, W4 ratios of weights of the substances which are deposited at cathode. These are equivalent weights. And now I am going to show this. Look here. 3 electrolytic cells I took. And in the silver nitrate, copper sulfate and aluminum nitrate aqueous solutions I took. And anode, cathode, anode, cathode, anode, cathode. See here, one plus is connected with one minus, plus minus, plus minus. This is we are calling series. One anode, one cathode, one anode, one cathode. Like this when we connected, that is we are calling series connection. When we connected and same current we are passing through all electrolytes the same time, then the weight of substances depending on their equivalent masses. That is, Faraday took different electrolytes. So single electrolyte when we took, it is W is proportional to Q. When different electrolytes we took, W is directly proportional to E, equivalent mass. Clear? This is the system. Let me go for that. This is the formula. Or you can write W1 upon W2 equal to E1 upon E2. Like this also you can write the formula. Clear? So this is very important formula you have to remember. This we can prove also from Faraday first law. W1 by W2 equal to E1 by E2 we can prove from Faraday first law. That is M equal to ZIT. M or W, both you can take it differently. W also you can take here. So this Faraday second law we can prove with Faraday first law. Why? Because both are electrolysis laws only. Let me prove Faraday second law formula with Faraday first law. Let you know. I am taking here this M or W both same. You know W I am taking here 1 equal to ZIT. This is equation 1. And W2 equal to ZIT. Why W1, W2 took and remaining I and T only not taken 1 and 2 means same current, same time we are passing. I is same means here we are passing same current in same time. That's why I1, I2, T1, T2 we are not taking. That's why this is formula. W1 equal to ZIT, Z constant. W2 equal to ZIT, here Z is constant. These two equations we know already. But you know Z formula already. Z equal to E by F. Z equal to E by F. This is the formula we have already. Electrochemical equivalent weight equal to equivalent weight by Faraday. By using this, we can derive the formula from these two. Let me substitute this value in these two equations. Clear? Z equal to E1 upon F. Am I right? E1 upon F. And Z equal to E2 upon F. Clear? Z equal to E1 upon F and Z equal to E2 upon F. These two we got. Let me go for now. W1 equal to formula what? ZIT. Z place we substitute E1 by F. E1 by F. So E1 by F into I into T. Clear? This you take as equation number 3. And same W2 equal to E2 upon F into I into T. You take this is as 4. This is as 4. Clear? Now we got 4 equations. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now divide third equation with 4. We'll get Faraday's second law. Divide third equation with fourth equation. Means this equation divide with this equation. W1 upon W2 equal to E1 upon F into IT upon E2 by F into I into T. Let this all will cancel. This. Finally what you are getting? W1 upon W2 equal to E1 upon E2. So from Faraday first law, we derived Faraday second law. Why? Because both are based on electrolysis only. And this is Faraday's second law. When same amount of electricity is passed through different electrolytes which are connected in series, means plus minus, the weights of the substances deposited at cathode will be ratio of their equivalent weights. So W or M directly proportional to E. E how to calculate means atomic weight, equivalent weight. This is E means equivalent weight. Atomic weight by valency. Remember how to calculate equivalent mass or weight equal to atomic weight valency. So for example, for sodium I am calculating. Sodium atomic weight 23 and the valency is 1. Sodium plus 1 na? That's why equivalent weight is 23. And same I am calculating for magnesium. Magnesium equivalent weight, magnesium atomic weight 24 and magnesium charge is 2. Magnesium charge is 2. That's why that is equal to 12. This is the method to calculate equivalent weight, and we learned in first PUC also. So equivalent weight is very important in Faraday first law and in Faraday second law. That's why everyone please concentrate on equivalent weight. Equivalent weight of an element equal to atomic weight of the element by, that is atomic weight of the element upon valency. You know valency. You go for aluminum, for example. Aluminum you take equivalent weight. Aluminum Al3 plus giving rise to 27 atomic weight. 27. Valency 3. So 27 by 3 nothing but 9. So equivalent weight is 9. So equivalent weight depend on their atomic weight and their valency. And here the formula we learned that W1 is to W2 is to W3 is to W4 equal to E1 is to E2 is to E3 is to E4, or W1 by W2 equal to E1 by E2, and this can be derived from M equal to Z80 or W equal to Z80. You know W1 equal to Z80, W2 also Z80. Why I1 T1 not took means same current, same time we are passing, that's why. But Z formula you know very well. Z equal to, that is electrochemical equivalent weight equal to equivalent weight of that particular substance, that is element, upon Faraday. Faraday value you know very well already. Number of times we discussed it. 1 Faraday equal to 96,500 coulombs. 1 Faraday nothing but we are treating that charge of 1 mole electron. 1 Faraday nothing but charge of 1 mole electron. Now you substitute this value in this formula. Z equal to E1 by F, Z equal to E2 by F, and this substituted in this. W1 equal to E1 by F into IT, W2 equal to E2 by F into IT. Now divide third with 4. Divide 3 by 4. Then you are getting W1 by W2 equal to E1 by E2. This is Faraday's second law. So in next class, we'll discuss the numericals on Faraday's second law. Still, if you have any difficulty, make a comment and we'll discuss that in detail. If you like this concept, please go through channel, subscribe, suggest to your friends, and they will be benefitable, and be safe at home. Thank you.